Hello everyone. In this lecture we are going to discuss about class 9th topic, chapter number 3, polynomials, practice set 3.2. So within a practice set 3.2 we have first question, use the given letter to write the answer. There are A trees in the village lot. If the number of trees increases every year by B, then how many trees will be there after X years? Now be focused. Is in the first year we have there are A trees, then every year trees are increased by B, so that we have is in the second year now A plus B trees. Is in the third year we will get A plus B trees. Now the trees are increased by B, so that after all simplifying we have A plus B becomes a 2B. So on for the fourth year now we have A plus 2B, number of trees is in the third year and now increased by B, so that we will get A plus 3 times B, and so on. Is in the Xth year, and after X year we have a X plus 1th year, so that we will get for the X year. Now we focused, once there is a third year we have less by one number of B's. Is in the fourth year less by one number of B's we have. That means we can write it is of the form A plus 3 minus 1 into B, and is in the fourth year we can write it as A plus 3 becomes now the 4 minus 1 into B, and so on. So for the Xth year we can write it as A plus X minus 1 times B. That much number of trees we have is in the Xth year. Now for the X plus 1th year, we will get A plus X plus 1 minus of 1 times B. After all simplifying now plus 1 minus 1 getting cancelled, so that we have A plus X into B, we can write it as a Bx. So our answer becomes, is it after the X years, after X year, there were A plus Bx number of trees in the village lot. Look ahead for the next question. We have for the parade, there are Y students in each row and X such a row are formed. Then how many students are there for the parade in all? Now we have given there are Y students in each row. So suppose we have, those are the students which are standing for the parade, and that are Y in number in each row, and such a X rows now we are having, so that the diagrammatic representation must like way, and number of rows now we have X rows. So how to calculate now the total number of students? So total students equals to, so there are the X rows and Y rows and X columns we have, so that we may write number of rows into number of columns, that is equals to the total number of students we have. So number of rows we have X here, and number of columns we have Y. Horizontals are called as rows and verticals are called as columns, so that the polynomial is of the form now X into Y. That means the total number of students equals to we have X into Y. Look at the next question. The tens and units place of a two-digit number is m and n respectively. Write the polynomial which represents the two-digit number. Now be focused. Supposed to be we have a two-digit number 78, 8 at a unit place, 7 at a tens place, so that we can split that 78 as a, at start 70 plus 8, and now we can write that 70 as a 70 into 10 and plus 8 as a 8 into 1. Now once that 7 at a tens place, so we have to multiply 7 by 10, and 8 at a ones place or the unit place, so that we have to multiply 8 by 1. After all simplifying, 7 tens are 70 plus 8 ones are 8, we are getting 78 exactly. Now what we have given? A two-digit number whose tens place we have a m and unit place we have a n. So the tens and unit place. So that we can write now the mn be the number like 78, m be the 7, n be the 8, like that way. We can write now the m n as a m as a tens place, so we have to multiply m by 10 plus n at a unit place, so we have to multiply n by 1. Try to simplify. We will get mn be the 2-digit number which is of the form m into 10 we can write it as a 10m and n into 1 as a n. Therefore we can write now the 2-digit number can be represented as 10m plus n. Look at the question number 2 from practice set 3.2. Add the given polynomials. We have there are the two polynomials. One is x cube minus 2x square minus of 9. Then next to it we have 5x cube plus 2x plus 9. So there are two ways to add up the given polynomial. One is linear way, other is vertical way. So now I am writing we have x cube minus of 2x square minus of 9 and we have to add with a other polynomial we have 5x cube plus 2x plus 9. So what will happen over here? Find out firstly the like terms. Which are the like terms over here? X cube and 5 times x cube. So like terms are easily added, easily subtracted. So the coefficient of x cube is not given, means we have a 1. Now 1 plus 5 becomes 6 x cube as it is. Now look at the next like term. We have just a minus 9 and plus 9. So that 9 having the minus sign, 9 having the plus sign. So those are having unlike sign convention. So they may getting cancelled or gives us 0 to us. Now look at the next term. We have minus of 2x square, single term we have. So write it down as it is, minus of 2x square and plus 2x. So the addition of given polynomial we have 6x cube minus of 2x square plus 2x. This is the linear case. Now look at the vertical case. We have the first polynomial is of the form x cube minus of 2x square minus of 9. And we have to add up with the other polynomial. Now likewise the number system, once we are adding 73 in 22, we are writing the digits along their places value and then we can add up them, like 3 plus 2 becomes 5, unit digit add up with the unit 1 and tens digit add up with the tens 1, that means 7 plus 2 we have a 9. So same thing we are doing here, like terms we have to write it down one under other. So that is in the second polynomial we have 5x cube, we have the x cube, so 5x cube and x cube are the like terms, write it down one under other. Now the 2x, now we don't have any one x terms is in the first polynomial, so we may separate out the 2x like way. And 9, now we have the constant as a minus 9, so under that we have to write that the positive 9 now. Let us try to add up. So x square term is not given, so we may have 0 times x square here. Now try to add up them. We will get 1 plus 5 becomes 6 times x cube. Minus 2 plus 0 becomes minus of 2 times x square. Minus 9 plus 9 getting cancelled or gives us 0. 2x plus none. Now here no one x terms we have, so we may write that the 0x. 0 plus 2 is 2, so that we are getting 2x. Now rearrange your final answer. So the addition of given polynomial we may have it is of the form 6x cube minus of 2x square plus 2x. Try to make up a box to it. Look at the second sub question. We have to add the polynomial. First polynomial we have given minus 7m raised to 4 plus 5m cube plus root 2. And second polynomial is of the form 5 into m raised to 4 minus 3m cube plus 2m square plus 3m minus of 6. Now we have the first polynomial is of the form minus 7m raised to 4 plus 5m cube plus root of 2. And we have to add up with the 5m raised to 4 minus 3m cube plus 2m square plus 3m minus of 6. Now you may collect the like terms is in the one bracket. Like way we are having minus of 7m raised to 4 and 5 into m raised to 4, those are the like terms. So we may collect them in case of one bracket. Like way, minus 7 into m raised to 4 plus we are having 5 into m raised to 4. Now look at the next like terms. We are having 5m cube and minus of 3m cube. So we may collect them in case of other bracket. 5m cube minus of 3m cube. Now look at the m term and the m square term. We have the single one m square term. So I am writing now as it is 2m square and as it is 3m. Now look at the constant. We are having root of 2 and minus of 6. So I am writing now plus root 2 minus of 6. Try to add up them. Now minus 7 plus 5 we have minus of 2 m raised to 4 as it is. Now 5 minus 3 becomes a 2 m cube as it is, and plus 2m square plus 3m plus root 2 minus of 6 as it is. So that's our final answer for the addition of given polynomial. Look at the third sub question. We have to add the polynomial. Within it, first polynomial is of the form 2y square plus 7y plus 5, 3y plus 9, and next to it we have 3y square minus of 4y minus of 3. Now we have to add that 2y square plus 7y plus 5 in 3y plus 9 and 3y square minus of 4y minus of 3. Now same thing again, let us try to collect the like terms. Which like terms we are having? 2y square and 3y square. So I am writing 2y square plus 3y square in one bracket. Now collect the y terms. We have 7y, 3y and minus of 4y. So I am having now 7y plus 3y minus of 4y. And look at now the constants. We have 5, 9 and minus 3. So I am collecting the constant in the other bracket. 5 plus 9 minus of 3. So that after all simplifying, now we have 2 plus 3 becomes 5, so that we are getting 5y square. Now 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 minus 4 is 6, so that we are getting 6 times y as it is. 5 plus 9 becomes we have a 14. 14 minus of 3 we have a 11, so the constant becomes 11. So addition of given polynomial we have 5y square plus 6y plus 11. Look at the next question from practice set 3.2. Question number 3. Subtract the second polynomial from the first. So that first polynomial is of the form x square minus 9x plus root 3. And the second polynomial is of the form minus of 19x plus root 3 plus 7x square. Now we are doing the subtraction. We are subtracting second polynomial from the first, so that x square minus of 9x plus root 3. This is our subtrahend. And the subtractor is of the form minus of 19x plus root of 3 plus 7x square. Now here keep that both polynomials in case of bracket due to the middle sign is of minus. While opening the bracket, first polynomial remains as it is, while due to the middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from minus to plus, plus to minus and plus to minus. Why it becomes so? Ultimately we are distributing minus of 1 over the bracket. So everyone well known, minus 1 into minus 19. Now we have plus 19 times x as it is. Now root 3 into minus of 1, we have minus of root of 3. And minus of 1 into 7x square, we have plus minus minus of 7 times x square. So ultimately while opening the second bracket, due to the middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from minus 19 to plus 19 we have. From plus root of 3 to minus of root of 3 we have, and from plus 7 to minus of 7 we have. Now let us try to collect the like terms in case of bracket. So that here x square and minus of 7x square are the like terms. Try to collect them in case of one bracket. Now look at the x terms. We are having minus of 9x and positive 19x be the like terms. Try to collect them in terms of other bracket. And look at the constants now. One is positive, other is negative, getting cancelled or gives us 0. Now try to simplify furthermore. 1 minus 7. Now here x square coefficient is not given, means we have a 1. So 1 minus 7 we are getting minus of 6 x square as it is. Now look at the next bracket. We are having minus 9 and plus 19. Minus 9 plus 19 becomes a 10 x as it is. So the subtraction of given polynomial is of the form like way. This is known as the linear subtraction. Now look at once towards the vertical subtraction also. Suppose that we have here subtrahend is of the form x square minus of 9x plus root of 3, and subtractor we have given minus of 19x plus root of 3 and plus 7x square. Now let us try to write down one under other like term. So that first term we have the x square, and as in the subtractor we have 7 times x square. So those are the like terms. Let us try to write down one under other. Next to it we have minus of 19x x under x term we have here. Now look at the constant. It will become say root 3. So constant under the constant. Now we are doing the subtraction. So due to the middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from positive 7 to negative 7, negative 19 to positive 19, positive root 3 to negative root 3. Now we have to consider those new sign convention which are at the bottom of the given number. 1 minus of 7, x square's coefficient is not given, means strictly a 1. 1 minus of 7 we are getting minus of 6 x square as it is. Now minus 19 minus 9 plus 19 we are getting positive 10 x as it is. Now positive root 3 and negative root 3 getting cancel or gives us a 0. So our final answer becomes minus of 6x square plus 10x. Look at the second sub question. We have to subtract second polynomial from the first. First polynomial is of the form 2ab square plus 3a square b minus of 4ab, and the second polynomial is of the form 3ab minus of 8ab square plus 2a square b. So that now our subtrahend becomes 2ab square plus 3 times a square b minus of 4ab, and the subtractor is of the form 3 times ab minus of 8ab square plus 2a square b. Now we are doing the subtraction while opening the bracket. First bracket remains as it is, that means 2ab square plus 3a square b minus of 4ab, and now due to the middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from plus 3 to plus minus becomes we have minus of 3ab, minus minus becomes we have plus 8ab square, and plus minus becomes now we have minus of 2a square b. Now let us try to collect the like terms in case of bracket. We have 2ab square and 8ab square are the like terms. Try to write it down in one bracket. Next to it we have 3a square b and minus of 2a square b are the like terms. Try to write it down is in the other bracket. And next to it we have minus of 4ab minus of 3ab are the like terms. Try to write down is in the other bracket. So that after all simplifying we have 8 plus 2 becomes a 10, ab square as it is. 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 into a square b we are having a square b. Now minus 4 minus 3 becomes minus 7, plus minus we have minus of 7 times ab as it is. So after all doing the subtraction of the given polynomial, we have our answer 10 times ab square plus a square b minus of 7ab. Look at the fourth sub question from practice set 3.2. Multiply the given polynomials. We have the first polynomial is the monomial 2x, and the second polynomial is the trinomial x square minus 2x minus of 1. So that now we have the 2x be the first polynomial into we have the second polynomial x square minus of 2x minus of 1. Now what shall we have to do? Here we have to use the distributive law. We have to distribute that 2x over the bracket. So that we are getting 2x into x square plus minus becomes minus 2x into we have 2x, then again plus minus becomes minus, we will get 2x into 1. Try to simplify it. 2 ones are throughout, we have a 2, x into x square we are getting x cube minus of 2 2s are now we have a 4, and x into x we are getting x square, and 2 ones are we will get 2 and x as it is. So after multiplying the given polynomial we have our solution 2x cube minus of 4x square minus of 2x. Look at the second sub question from Question number 4, practice set 3.2. Multiply the given polynomials. First polynomial we have x raised to 5 minus 1. Second polynomial we have x cube plus 2x square plus 2. So that we have to multiply now x raised to 5 minus of 1 by x cube plus 2x square plus 2. Now again we have to use the distributive law. We have to distribute that x raised to 5 first over the second bracket and next to it minus of 1 over the second bracket. That means total number of terms at start we are getting is in the first bracket 2 terms we have, and is in the second bracket we have the 3 terms. So 3 2s are total terms we have now the 6 at start. Likewise x raised to 5 into x raised to 3. Now plus 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 we are getting x raised to 5 into 2x square. Then plus 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 we are getting x raised to 5 into 2. Now we are distributing minus 2 over the second bracket. Minus of 1 over the second bracket. So that minus 1 into we are getting x raised to 3. Then plus we have minus of 1 into 2x square plus we are getting minus of 1 into 2. Try to simplify it. We may have now the properties of indices. Whenever it is of the form a raised to m into a raised to n, we can write it is of the form a to the power m plus n. So that now once the bases are same as x, we have to add up the power. 5 plus 3 becomes 8. Look at the next one. 2 ones are throughout, we have 2. Now bases are same as x and x, so that we have to add up the power. 5 plus 2 becomes 7. Next one we have 2 times x raised to 5 plus minus we have minus 1 into x cube as an x cube plus minus minus 2 ones are we have a 2 times x square as it is. Then plus minus we have a minus 2 ones are we have a 2. So after all doing the multiplication of given polynomials, we have our final answer is of the form x raised to 8 plus 2 times x raised to 7 plus 2 times x raised to 5 minus x cube minus of 2x square minus of 2. Look at the third sub question. We have 2y plus 1 be the first polynomial and y square minus of 2y cube plus 3y be the second polynomial, and we have to multiply them. So 2y plus 1 into now we have y square minus of 2y cube plus 3y. So what shall we have to do? Again we have to use the distributive law. Firstly we have to distribute 2y over the second bracket and next to it 1 over the second bracket. So 2 3s are ultimately we have at start total 6 terms. Firstly we are getting now 2y into y square. Then plus minus we have a minus 2y into we have 2y cube. Then plus and y as it is. So try to collect now try to simplify firstly those multiplication. Again we able to know that the power of indices a raised to m into a raised to n, that is equals to we have a raised to m plus n. Once the bases are same, that means the a must be same, then we can add up the indices of them. So that now we have 2 times y raised to none power means we have a 1. So 1 plus 2 becomes 3. So that we are getting y cube minus of 2 2s are we will get 4. Again y to the power we have 1 and 1 plus 3 we will get the 4. So that 4 times we have y raised to 4 plus 3 2s are we have a 6. Y into y becomes y square plus y square as it is minus of 2y cube and 3y as it is. Try to collect now the like terms in case of a bracket. So that look at once the first and the second last term, 2y cube with a plus sign and with a minus sign getting cancel or gives us 0. Now we remained with the single term over there for y raised to 4. So minus of 4 times y raised to 4. Now we have there is a 6 plus 1. Coefficient of y square is not given, means we have a 1. So 6 plus 1 becomes we have a 7 y square as it is. Those two are the like terms, they easily added. And lastly we have the single term for y, that is 3y. So after all multiplying the given polynomial, we will get our final answer is of the form minus of 4 times y raised to 4 plus 7y square plus 3y. Look at the fifth question from practice set 3.2. Divide the first polynomial by the second polynomial and write the answer in the form dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So the first polynomial is our dividend, x cube minus of 64, and x minus 4 is our divisor. So I am writing now the division like way we have the actual division. Divisor is of the form x minus 4 and dividend is of the form x cube minus of 64. So that now we have a x and we will require the x cube. So x into somewhat value to get the x cube. So that once we will multiply x by x square, we are getting x cube. So try to multiply now the divisor by x square. So that now x square into x we are getting x cube, minus 4 into x square we may have minus of 4x square. Now we are is in the division. Do the subtraction. Due to middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from positive x cube to negative x cube, and negative 4 times x square to positive 4 times x square. Now be focused here. Positive x cube and negative x cube getting cancelled. Minus 64 be the constant and 4x square. That means we have those are the unlike terms. So they never be added, never be subtracted. So that we are getting 4x square and minus of 64 here. Now look once carefully. Now we have the x and we will require the 4x square. So x into somewhat value to get that the 4x square. So that once we will multiply x by 4x. So 4 ones are we have throughout a 4 and x into x we are getting x square. So try to multiply now the divisor by 4x. So that 4x into x we are getting 4x square and minus 4 into 4x, 4 4s are we have now the 16 plus minus minus 16 and x remains as it is. Again we are is in the division, do that subtraction. Due to middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from positive to negative, negative to positive. Now be focused. Positive 4x square, negative 4x square getting cancelled. Now 16x and minus 64 are the unlike terms. They never be added, never be subtracted. But we can write our remainder as a 16x minus of 64. Now look at once carefully. We have a x and we will require the 16x. So x into somewhat value to get the 16x. So once we will multiply x by 16, we are getting the 16x. So try to multiply now the divisor by 16. So that now we are having 16 into x becomes a 16x and minus of 4 into 16, 16 4s are we have 64 plus minus becomes minus of 64. We are is in the division, do that subtraction. Due to middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from plus to minus, minus to plus. Now be focused here. Positive 16x, negative 16x getting cancelled or gives us a 0. Same thing, minus of 64 and positive 64 getting cancelled gives us 0. So now our remainder becomes a 0. So the lower part at last we may call it as a remainder. Then upper part of it we may call it as a quotient. Then left of the division we may call it as a divisor. And x cube minus of 64, this is our dividend. Now we have to write our answer of the form dividend equals to quotient into divisor plus remainder. So now we may have our dividend is of the form x cube minus of 64. That is equals to quotient is of the form upper part of the given division x square plus 4x plus 16. Then into divisor, divisor is of the form now x minus 4 and remainder is 0. So anything plus 0 be the same thing. So that we are getting our final answer x cube minus of 64 equals to x square plus 4x plus 16 into we have x minus 4. So that's our final answer now. So once we will multiply this trinomial by binomial, definitely we are getting the required dividend x cube minus of 64. Look at the second sub question. In it we have dividend 5 times x raised to 5 plus 4 times x raised to 4 minus 3x cube plus 2x square plus 2 and divisor is of the form x square minus of x. So now we are writing the actual division. We have the divisor x square minus of x and the dividend 5 times x raised to 5 plus 4 times x raised to 4 minus of 3x cube plus 2x square plus 2. Now here we have x square and we will require 5 times x raised to 4. 5 times x raised to 5 actually. So that x square into somewhat value to get that 5 times x raised to 5. So once we will multiply x square by 5 times x cube, so that we are getting 5 ones are 5, 2 plus 3 becomes, we have a 5. As per the rule of indices, a raised to m into a raised to m, once the bases are same, we have to add up the indices. That means 2 plus 3 we are getting a 5. So that now we have to multiply our divisor by 5 times x cube. So that now we are getting, so we are multiplying here by 5 times x cube. 5 times x cube into x square, we have 5 times x to the power 5. And 5 times x cube into minus x plus minus minus 5 ones are 5, we have x cube into x becomes now x raised to 4. We are is in the division, do that subtraction. Due to middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from plus 5 to minus 5, minus 5 to plus 5. Now be focused, positive x to the 5 times x to the power 5 and negative 5 times x to the power 5 getting cancelled. 4 plus 5. Now we have to consider the bottom sign convention. 4 plus 5 becomes 9. 9 times x raised to 4. Remaining terms as it is, 3 times x cube with a minus sign plus 2 times x square plus 2. Now what will happen? We have x square and we will require 9 times x raised to 4. So x square into somewhat value to get that 9 times x raised to 4. Now everyone well known, x square into x square becomes, we have x raised to 4. 2 plus 2 becomes 4 ultimately as per the rule of indices. And 9 ones are, we will get the 9. So 9 ones are 9, x square into x square we have x raised to 4. So that we have to multiply now our divisor by 9x squared. So we are multiplying divisor by 9x square. 9x square into x square, we are getting 9 times x to the power 4. Next to it, 9x square into minus x, we are getting plus minus minus 9 times x square into x, we have the x cube. Now we are is in the division, do that subtraction. Due to middle sign is of minus, sign further all changes from plus 9 to minus 9, minus 9 to plus 9. So positive 9 times x raised to 4 and negative 9 times x raised to 4 getting cancelled. Now minus 3 plus 9, we are getting 6 times x cube plus 2x square plus 2 as it is. Now we have here x square and we will require 6 times x cube. So x square into somewhat value to get the 6 times x cube. So everyone well known now, x square into x we are getting x cube. And 6 ones are throughout, we have a 6. So 6x into x square we have 6x cube. That means ultimately we have to multiply now our divisor by 6x cube. So that we are getting here 6x cube into x square, 6x only. 6x into x square we have the 6x cube. Next plus minus we have a minus. 6 ones are 6. X into x as an x square. Now we are is in the division, do that subtraction. Now due to middle sign is of minus, plus 6 becomes minus 6 and minus 6 becomes plus 6. Now positive negative terms are getting cancelled. 2 plus 6 becomes 8, x square as it is and plus 2 as it is. Now we have the x square and we will require the 8 times x square. So once we will multiply x square by 8, we are getting 8x square. So that now we have to multiply our divisor by 8. So that here we are getting 8 into x square as a 8x square. 8 into minus x we are having now minus of 8x. Now be focused. We are is in the division, do that subtraction. Due to middle sign is of minus, positive 8 becomes now the negative 8 and negative 8 becomes positive 8. Positive negative terms are getting cancelled. Now 8x and 2 are the unlike terms, so they never be added, never be subtracted. So that now our remainder becomes 8x plus 2. Now once the degree of remainder is less than that of your divisor, stop your division. Degree of remainder not given means we have a 1. Degree of divisor we have a 2. 1 is less than 2, So now we have to stop our division. So the remainder becomes now the 8x plus 2. So now we have to write dividend equals to, and our dividend is of the form we have 5 times x raised to 5, then plus 4 times x raised to 4 minus of 3x cube, then plus 2x square plus 2. That is equals to we have now the quotient is of the form 5x cube plus 9x square plus 6x plus 8 into divisor. You may have the divisor first, it doesn't matter because multiplication is always commutative. Divisor is of the form x square minus of x plus remainder we have 8x plus 2. So this is our final answer for the given question. Look at the sixth sub question from practice set 3.2. Write down the information in the form of algebraic expression and simplify. There is a rectangular form with a length 2a square plus 3b square meter and the breadth a square plus b square meter. The farmer used a square shaped plot of the farm to build a house. The side of the plot was a square minus b square meter. What is the area of the remaining part of the farm? Now we have the farm which is rectangular in shape, whose length we have given 2a square plus 3b square, and breadth we have given a square plus b square. That much meters we have ultimately, that much meter. Now farmer used to build a house among the given rectangular area, that is a square area he used up to build a house, and whose length we have given, I would like to call it as an capital L now, a square minus b square, and which is in terms of meter. And now we have to find out the area of remaining part of the given rectangular plot. That means this black shaded area now we have to evaluate. What shall we have to do? So that required area we can find by using firstly the area of rectangle or rectangular plot you may having rectangle, and within it we have to subtract the area of square. That means the area of built up area of house, area of square. Now everyone well known area of rectangle is of the form length into breadth. So that required area we are getting length into breadth minus of area of square means the side square. We are writing L square, L be the capital L be the side of the square plot. Now look once, length of the rectangle we have a square plus b square, breadth of the length of the rectangle we have 2a square plus 3b square actually, and breadth of the rectangle we have a square plus b square and minus of side square. Square the side we have a square minus of b square and the whole square we are getting here. Now what shall we have to do? Let's try to simplify first two bracket, binomial into binomial. We are distributing 2a square over the bracket and next to it 3b square over the bracket. So that we are getting 2a square into a square, then plus 2a square into b square, then plus 3b square into a square, then plus 3b square into b square. Now minus of, we have the square expansion of a minus b the whole square, but now we have a value is a square and b value is b square. So that we are getting here a square, that means a squares are square, minus of 2 times ab means a square into b square, and plus b square. Now b value we have b square, so b square the whole square. Try to simplify it. We are getting 2 times a square into a square becomes a raised to 4. Once the bases are same, as per the rule of indices we have to add up the power. That means 2 plus 2 becomes a 4. So that we are having 2 ones are 2 and a to the power we are getting 4 plus 2 times we have now a square plus b square, a square into b square, plus 3 times b square into a square is same as that of a square into b square, plus 3 times. Now bases are same as b, so we have to add up the indices. 2 plus 2 becomes we have the 4, so that we are getting 3 times b to the power 4 minus of a square the whole square. As per the rule of indices, whenever it is of the form a raised to m raised to n, we can write it as a raised to m into n. So that we are getting a square the square, that means 2 2s are, now we have the 4, minus of 2 times a square b square, and plus again same thing, b to the power 2 2s are, we will get 4. Now try to open this bracket, but keep in mind here middle sign we have the minus. So due to middle sign is of minus sign, further all changes from plus to minus. Subtraction of polynomial. We are getting 2 times a to the power 4 plus, now those two are the like terms, so simultaneously we have to add up them. 2 plus 3, we are having 5, a square b square as it is, plus 3 times b raised to 4, minus of, plus minus now, minus of a to the power 4, minus minus becomes plus 2a square b square, and plus minus we have minus of b to the power 4. Now try to simplify. We are getting here 2 times a raised to 4 minus of a raised to 4, those are like terms. So 2 minus of 1, we have 1. 1 into a to the power 4, a to the power 4. Now 5a square b square, 2a square b square are the like terms. So 5 plus 2 becomes 7 times we have a square b square. Now 3b raised to 4 minus b raised to 4 are the like terms. 3 minus 1, we are getting 2 times b to the power 4. So the required area that we have now, a raised to 4 plus 7 a square b square plus 2 times b raised to 4, that much meter square. So keep in mind here area in terms of we have the meter square once we have the unit as a meter for length, breadth as well as side of the square. So that is our required area. So here we have practice set 3.2. Thank you.